Okay, now I will move to create my own. Okay, I will move to create. Okay, thank you guys. Now I will move to create my own pools. Okay, I will show you now how to create my own pools, my question bank. Then from test survey and pools. Now I will select pools. I will select pools. Okay, I already created for unit 1. I have 4 pools for unit 1. We mentioned in the previous, maybe if you were attending our previous training workshop on e-course design, we mentioned that you have to create a question for each objective that you put for your course. And here we are doing the same. Okay. For example, unit 1, objective 1, competent. This is the level of a question will be competent. And here, unit 1, objective 1, and proficient. It will be just more difficult than competent. Okay. We have 2 types of a question for objective 1. And we have 2 types of question for objective 2. For example, we have only 2 objectives for unit 1. And now I will edit here. I will edit. Okay. This is my pool for unit 1, objective 1, and competent. Now I have to find question for this pool. I already have a lot of questions, for example. Okay. For example, here. I have from previous test, I have some questions I can add. For example, here from final exam, I have this question I can add here. Okay, either or, for example, I can add either or. You can see the question here. Okay, this is question I select either here. I want to select formula. I want to select a hotspot, MC question, MCQ question, multiple answers. Okay. This is my first pool here. And submit. Okay. Short, true or false, true or false. Okay. Now I click on submit. As you can see, I have added these questions to my pool. I have added this question to my pool. Now I can add more if I wish. Find the questions. But it's sufficient. For the time being, it's sufficient. I can move to another. I can click on OK now and finish. As you can see, it's very easy to add. If you have already some previous, you have created exams, and you can add it to this pool. Now, number of question for this pool, I have 10. I can, for proficient, I can add also, edit here. Okay, and find the question. Maybe if you have previous exam, you can select some questions from previous exams. For example, from quiz 1. Okay, I have this. Okay, I will take this and submit. I have 2 questions here. Find the questions also from another. Okay, from another test, for example, quiz 3. Select all. I want to go for all these questions. I have total now 4 questions. I will find more questions. I will take from all tests, for example. I will take this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, and I can select all and submit. Okay, total questions 15 here. Okay, I can click on OK. Now I have 15 questions for this pool. Also the same way, I can edit this pool and I add some questions, find the question from a previous test, or you have to create the test from the very beginning. Okay, you have to add the questions. I have here, I will go for quiz 1, quiz 2, self-assessment, 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 and self-10. Okay, and I will select all the questions here and click on submit. Okay. Now I have here 21 question for this. Okay, 21 question. Okay, no problem. Okay, I have 10 for this, 15, 21. For the proficient, for example, I have to edit this one and find the questions. I will find question from the previous exams. I can. All this test, all these tests I did it before. For example, I will go for self-test, self. Now how many questions I have? Okay. It's sufficient for me. I will select all. Okay. And click on submit. Okay. Now I have 18 questions and click OK. Okay. This is the questions for Unit 1. Okay, I created for Unit 1. Now I can create a new pool for Unit 2. Okay, for example, build pool, new pool, Unit 2. Okay, and what is the objective? Objective 1. Okay, let's go for, okay, objective Unit 2. This will be Unit 2 and objective 1 and competent. Okay, what you need here on only to click on submit now. You need to click on submit only. And it will create a new pool. Okay, now you have to find the question for this pool. Okay, the same way. Now I have added a new pool question for Unit 2, Objective 1, Competent. Okay, now I can build another pool for Unit 2, also Unit 2. Objective, now this one, it will be Objective 1, Proficient. Okay, now I click on submit and I already have a new pool for Unit 2, Objective 1. The same, if there is more objectives, I have to create more questions and I have to create more pools. At the end, you will get many pools here. And if you wish, in the near future, if you have a final exam, then you can select from these pools to create, and it will you can create easily your exams. Okay, any question how to create pools? Any question how to create pools? Okay, in this way we create the pools and we create for each unit and each objective you have to create a pool and the level of difficulty of question. For example, you can create your own level of difficulties for your questions. For me, I take for only 2 levels here, competent and proficient. And you have to select between these or, okay? The next step now, Since I have all my pools now, I have to create an exam from these pools, okay? I have to create exams from these pools. Let's watch again and revise a new video that will be more, okay? Now,
when creating a test, you can use random blocks to ensure that each student receives a different version of the test. A random block is a set of questions retrieved at random from one or more question pools to be presented each time the test is taken. This tutorial shows you how to create a random block, add the random block questions to a test, edit the number of questions to display, and edit the points per question. To begin, create or access a test. You can access the Tests tool in the Course Tools section of the Control panel. We will edit an existing test and add a random block. Access the test's contextual menu and select Edit. On the test canvas, point to Reuse Question on the action bar to access the drop-down list and select Create Random Block to begin searching for questions. In the Create Random Block pop-up window, select one or more pools. Random blocks draw questions from pools only, not other tests. Narrow your search by selecting at least one question type to include in the test. All questions that meet the criteria appear on the right side of the pop-up window. Click Submit. A success message states the random block of questions has been added to the test. Next, assign the number of questions to display to students. Use a number less than the total number of questions to be sure that different questions are presented each time the test is accessed. Click Submit. The same point value is assigned to each question in the random block. You cannot assign separate point values for individual questions in the same random block. Therefore, you may want to only include questions of approximately the same difficulty. Click Preview Questions that match selected criteria to expand or collapse the list of questions. You can view and edit individual questions. You cannot delete questions in the random block. Click OK at the bottom of the page to return to the Tests page. Let's review. First, access a test, then create a random block, add the random block of questions to the test, edit the number of questions to display, edit the points per question, and submit.